I have the steering mocked back up again, and just temporarily it's going to have to come apart again. I found a few things I don't like. Those mounts underneath aren't quite sturdy enough. I got to put some supports on them, and other things that just some general tweaking. But I have the steering installed, so there's the steering motor installed, and behind it I've installed this switch just to kind of temporarily operate it. So I'm going to hold this back, and you can see that the motor drives it rather well. There are a few problems. One of them is down underneath here, those tie rod ends are hitting. I didn't move it up quite enough. I guess when I welded it, I should have spaced it up a little bit higher, but I didn't, so it's hitting at the bottom. And this collar here, this collar has a tendency to want to turn. So I think I'm going to get rid of the collar, and I'm going to take that bottom plate right there and weld it right to that shaft. I was hoping to make this a little more universal, like I could move it to different projects. But I think for this one, to make it work better, I'm just going to weld it directly. I could probably weld it in there, take the suspension back out, and weld it in there. Another thing I've found is that this motor moves a little bit. I don't know if you can see it when I see it. The motor tweaks a little bit. I think I need to put a mount underneath here to hold the torque of the motor. This mount is holding the torque of the gearbox, and there's bolts up to the gearbox into the motor. But the torque from the wheel, from operating the wheels, most of it is getting eaten up or absorbed or reacted against on the mount for the steering column or the steering motor. But the motor still puts torque on the gearbox. So I think I need to put something on the motor to absorb the torque before it gets to the gearbox so the bolts don't loosen up. It moves a little bit, and I think it's just going to get worse with wheels on it, and it's going to start being a mess. So I have a little bit more tweaking to do to make that sturdy. Let me just put this. Actually, anyway, let me put the